For my second speech, I am going to discuss one of my favorite motivational speeches. It is by Matthew McConaughey, and it is called This Is Why You're Not Happy. I love this speech because every time I feel a little bit lost in my life, it really helps me draw back to what is important in my life and makes me realize what brings me joy and helps me focus on the closer things in my life. I feel like during all of this coronavirus pandemic, me even being in Montana where it's not as bad and our ban is lifting tomorrow, it's made me really take some time to realize, even with my job, with school, and everything, what makes me happy, what am I appreciative of, and I feel like during this now we have a lot of time to realize we're so appreciative of even doing little things such as going to the store and not having to worry about getting sick, our loved ones getting sick, and certain things like that. So this speech really kind of just pushed close to home, especially my parents actually live in Alaska and I can't go and visit them now due to this coronavirus, and so it just makes you realize what you're grateful for and everything else. So my biggest point is happiness is what you make of it. Happiness is definitely a response to an action, and it took me a long time to realize that, and this speech really helped me with that. I more so have realized to find joy in my life of what I want to do with my life, and being a college student and going through trying to find what major makes me happy and working full-time, figuring out what job is the happiest. I had a job that I started in January, realized I hated it, and realized that I needed to make a change in my life, and this speech has just really helped me open my eyes to those certain things that you don't think of daily. You think that happiness, depends on other people, and it really just pushes you to realize you need to make your own happiness. So joy is not a response to a result like happiness. Joy is doing something you love no matter the outcome. And then everyone looks at this topic differently, but it's important for your mental health to realize what brings you joy. And like I said, during this whole pandemic, you really realize that you need to focus on your mental health and everything else. And so once again, this speech really opens my eyes to that. What you are passionate about and everything else, you really need to figure that out and do it for yourself and nobody else. Make sure what you're doing is important to you, and don't let anybody stay in your life who jeopardizes that. Being a 20-year-old college student, I feel like most of us have realized that we need to find ourselves, and it's difficult when all of your friends are going through changes. I know a lot of my friends left for college when we graduated high school, and everybody just changes as a person, and you just need to realize that you need to be around people that make you a better person. Happiness is important for everyone, and you need to focus on the things that are important to you and water those flowers. Don't water dead flowers that don't support what you love. Keep anything away that does not do justice for you out of your life, even if it is very difficult. And I have also dealt with hardships with friendships that I've realized they have changed as a person and I have changed, and we've just kind of outgrown each other, and it's been hard for me to realize, okay, they're not healthy for my life. But at the same point, you have to be mature enough to realize that they're not helping you grow, so there's no point in them staying in your life. It is also important to find yourself, find what makes you happy. At the time of our life, being in college, working, you're on the path to finding those things that bring you joy, and I've realized that it's okay. I went through almost 2 years of college and then realized, okay, maybe this isn't what I want to do with the rest of my life, and I felt really horrible about that, but I've realized that happiness is so important for everybody. It's important for our mental health. It's important to wake up and feel like you are being the best person that you can be. And I realized even with my major that I was like, okay, I'm not going to be really happy doing this. So I decided to change my major, and I was really upset about it, and I was worried my parents were going to be upset about it. But I realized that that was what was going to be best for me, and 5 years down the road, that was what was going to make me happy. So I feel like this speech really just preaches on finding your own happiness, finding what makes you happy, and in a time like this, in a time where we are growing so much, I feel like that is just the most important factor of our daily life.